It was because this administration, leadership on a national level, did not do their job to protect us and to listen to science and to take this seriously that we are in this position.
How much concern or fears do you have about when you have to fully kind of resume work and what that might look like? You talked about the Democratic National Convention getting a taste of being on set again, but your reservations, your concerns, your fears, what are they as Hollywood tries to move forward through this virus?
Yeah, it's scary. It's really scary. And I just, particularly as a producer, I know we're just really focused on trying to figure out the best protocols and to learn as quickly as we can from what works and what doesn't work, and to just try to move forward with as much commitment to safety as possible. Yeah, like I said, it's just a time of so much uncertainty. And just to bring it back to voting, one of the things I think about a lot is you look at these other countries who have been able to handle it with so much more strength and grace. Like, their numbers are in much more control because their leaders took it seriously and because they're listening to science. And, our communities are dying, particularly the Black community, communities of color, disproportionately. We're losing loved ones and dealing with the impacts of this virus in ways that we should not be. We should not be having to fight this fight in the way that we are fighting it right now. We should be back in school. We should be back at work. But it was because this administration, leadership on a national level, did not do their job to protect us and to listen to science and to take this seriously that we are in this position. So it's why we can't sit this out. Like, people sit at home saying oh, politics, I'm not into politics. Like I said when I spoke at the DNC years ago, you may not be thinking about politics, but politics is thinking about you. Politics is thinking about you every single day. Decisions are being made about where you can live, how you can vote, how you drive, what you learn, what you eat, what you wear. And if you don't show up and vote, you don't get to have a say in those things. You don't get to be liberated because you're not expressing your vote. And I even understand people who may not be excited per se. I'm excited about having a change on a national level. I'm excited to vote for president. I'm excited to vote for Kamala Harris. But if you're not excited, show up and vote to prevent the administration that's been empowered to continue to do what it's doing. And then also vote for all those other races. Like, vote for the sheriff that's gonna allow for police reform. Vote for judges that are gonna treat young Black men like human beings and not just throw them into a prison industrial complex. Vote for DAs that operate in ways that respect our community. Like, there are so many, school supervisors. There are so many elections in our communities that matter, that really, really matter, and they matter because we matter.
Yeah, no, that I tell people that this is not just about Donald Trump being on the ballot. It's about so much more that you're trying to stop. It's about the other elections that are also on the table. It's about the Senate as well. Okay,
Mm-hmm. Right.
There needs to be some leadership change there. So it is about more than that. So I could not agree with you more. It's like, people, we're going to need to show up in an Obama-like way.
That's right.
Yes, in this election, if we want to really see some of these changes take place.
And when people say, yes, people show up to vote for a Black person, and so everybody turned out to show up and vote for Barack Obama because people will vote for a Black candidate. Well, I say vote for yourself. If you're Black, vote for yourself, because your power is on the line. So if you don't want to show up and vote because somebody doesn't make you excited, be excited about yourself. Be excited about making choices that impact your life.
That's a pretty good reason.
That's self-care for you.
That is self-care. Voting is self-care. There you go.
Yes.
Right? So your husband, Nnamdi, is now into acting, right? So
yeah.
How does that work when you now have two actors in the house? You give them advice, or you just let them kind of figure it out?
I want to like shout out his amazing Real Sports interview that just aired
Yes.
recently. If you haven't seen it, it's so great, and it's really a lot about him as an actor and a producer and the transition from professional sports into that world. And it just I loved watching it because I really felt like that's him. Like you really see him in that interview, and you know, we're as I think we're like notoriously private, but I'll just say like we've always really shared a lot with each other. So, you know, we
Mm-hmm.
share professionally, we share personally. I think the work he's doing is amazing. I think Sylvie's Love
Yeah.
that was just at Sundance and comes out this winter. It's a phenomenal film. He and Tessa are brilliant. It's a beautiful, much needed film in this time. It's all about Black love, which I actually saw you on Black Love.
Yeah.
We're like
I was on Black
catching up
Love.
on this season. So that was so beautiful. We're so excited for you guys. Yeah, but I'm so inspired by him.
Yeah, I think everybody knew he had, when he played, that he had such a charitable heart. So him being involved, on a philanthropic side is no shock to anybody. But the actor part, I think, is a little surprising because he was always a little more reserved and quiet. And so to see this part of his personality just blossom is really quite amazing to see.